Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we are going to talk about Georgia and interviews and everything that's kind of happened over the last few days regarding that. And we're going to try to answer the big question that has been coming in, which is, do all of these interviews stand a chance of derailing the potential cases against Trump and his circle? Now, I need to start by saying this is way outside of my scope. This is way outside of my scope. So I've been looking at all the different legal analysis and just kind of going through it. There's a pretty general consensus that the answer is no. This really doesn't matter. It's not going to derail a case. It's annoying, but not damaging, is really what seems to be the take. And the reason it's not damaging comes down to three different kind of points. The first is that this isn't actually the grand jury. This is the special purpose grand jury. This isn't the one that's going to hand down an indictment. This is an investigative one. It makes a recommendation. The second is that there's nothing she can say that's going to be more prejudicial to a potential juror than all of the media coverage that has already existed. So this is just something new added on top of it. It's not anything different than what's already been in the news. And then the third thing is it happened before the trial, most importantly, before jury selection. And weeding out any jurors that might have been swayed by this, that would occur during that process. So the prosecution and the defense will go through jury selection, and anybody that might have been swayed by these interviews should be removed from the jury pool during that process. Therefore, they don't stand a chance of impacting the actual trial. So that's the general tone of most of the analysis. You have some outliers, but they are outliers. And just to catch everybody up, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, one of the people on the special purpose grand jury there in Georgia that was looking into Trump, they've been doing all kinds of interviews. And they've reportedly been sticking to the instructions provided by the judge about what they could and could not talk about. But it would certainly be less of a headache for the prosecution if they weren't doing this, if they weren't going around and talking about it. The person has provided their opinions on how trustworthy people appeared and whether or not they wanted to testify and all kinds of stuff, which is generally not for public consumption at this point. So that's what's been going on. It's generated a lot of conversation about whether or not the interviews themselves might damage the case. It seems as though the consensus is no, for the reasons provided earlier. And then the other side note is that according to some reporting that has looked at her Pinterest account, she's a witch. I don't know if that's true, but given all of the witch hunt claims, I can't help but find it humorous. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.